Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to your weekly energy forecast and healing attunement. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. It's so nice to have you here. And thank you for your support and for sharing this journey with me. My name is Anik, and I absolutely love empowering dedicated growth getters by helping them release their limitations and tap into their inner wisdom so they can create a joy filled life. If this resonates with you, subscribe and join our incredible community. Now, here are the energetic themes for the week of December 4th, 2023. And these shifted midweek for me. So, energy does what energy desires. And so, this week, you're really being called to lean in and embody trust and self respect. The energy of the last few weeks has really prepared us for this. So, if you look back at the previous weeks, and you haven't really taken full stock of where you're misallocating your focus, your time, and your energy, you may encounter situations this week that bring that to your attention. So keep an eye on for that. If you haven't had a chance to look at those past recordings, I do have a few tools that I shared in previous forecasts if you want to go back and revisit those. So the focus that you're being called into this week is really about self-love, self-respect, trust, and internal boundaries. So let me break these down for you a little bit as to what we're looking at. And a lot of the times we might lump self-love and self-respect together. But I think it's important to recognize that there's a distinction between these two words that we use sometimes interchangeably. So, self respect is a function of self love. And so, how that would look like in practical terms is so you love yourself and therefore you respect your time, your energy, your focus, you respect your needs, your desires, your unique path, you respect yourself enough to stay in integrity. And you also, a different expression of self respect is you respect yourself enough not to have negative self-talk, not to harbor guilt, shame, or blame or negative emotions towards yourself. You respect enough yourself enough to take inspired action that supports your ultimate goals and your ultimate desires. And so essentially self-respect is the act of self-love. It's self-love actualized. When you respect yourself, that is the embodiment. Those are the actions that you're taking. You're like, I love myself, and I'm going to respect the type of language that I allow within my inner world. I'm going to support myself in healing those heavy emotions that I have towards myself and make a point to work through those because I'm worthy of that. And so self respect really speaks to the actions that you're taking that reflect the love and appreciation that you have for yourself. And one of the other energies that's really coming up and really calling for you to lean into and embody is trust. Trusting in yourself, trusting in life, trusting in the universe, and the divine unfolding of your path. Now, I want to make a little bit of a distinction around trust here, because sometimes they're like, it's not okay, not the form of trust where you sit back on the couch and you're like, well, I just trust that good things are going to happen, and we're just going to sit here and wait for them to happen. Not that kind of trust. Um, the kind of trust where you take the actions that feel integrity for yourself and trusting in the process, even when there's a perceived failure, even when things are challenging, even when things aren't unfolding the way that you thought that they might. Having that deep seated trust and knowing that when you follow that inner wisdom and you continue to move along on your path, that these experiences that are popping up are allowing you to develop and grow your way into where you're going. Having that deep level of trust that, yes, if you fall, you have the capacity to get back up. So really trusting it at a level of that vulnerability. Because if you don't lean in and you don't trust and you don't take that leap of faith, you stay where you are. And when you toe in and you play it safe and you play small, you really don't get very far. You end up staying essentially where you started off. So as we move into this new wave of energy that's coming through for 2024, because there's lots of transition, transformation, and growth. And even though you might be fielding the buildup of that new energy coming in now, we don't wait until that energy is crashing, is happening, is, carrying us forward to prepare for that wave of energy. We prepare for that wave of energy before, as soon as we started feeling building up. So we're taking these actions now so that when it's time for that transition to happen, you're already lined up for it. So here's the other really big topic that is important for you to explore within yourself this week. And I want to make another distinction here. When I look at boundaries and I work with my clients in supporting them in having healthy, loving, supportive boundaries, it's the foundation of healthy boundaries with the world out there, with your relationships, with your employer, your healthy boundaries in all different forms of your life. It's like everything else, it starts with an inside job. So your internal boundaries are where you're wanting to focus this week. And your internal boundaries are internal mental boundaries, internal emotional boundaries, internal physical boundaries, internal energetic boundaries. When you have strong internal boundaries, it is the foundation of your boundaries that supports then the relationships and the boundaries that you have with the world outside of you. So when you're allowing negative self-talk to overpower you, that's an infraction of your internal mental boundary. When you're wondering what Julie thinks about the choices that you're making in your life and you're allowing that to influence the decisions that you make for yourself, for example, that's an infraction of your internal mental boundaries. When you make a decision for yourself and you're like, hey, like this is the direction that I'm feeling called to move forward, and perhaps, that impacts other people in your life and they're disappointed or unhappy, or they were expecting a different result from you. It's an emotional boundary that their expectation of you or their disappointment that it's not moving in the direction that they were hoping cannot infringe on your need and your desire to move into a new direction that maybe doesn't align any longer. That's no longer compatible with the direction that they're moving in or what their needs are. And then your internal physical boundaries are the choices that you make for your body, for yourself. So sometimes we'll feed into, I'll give you an example. Um, let's say, for example, there's a part of you that loves cheese, but then your body doesn't really enjoy cheese. You get inflammation, you have skin issues and all the like, right? But then there's another part of you that's like craving the cheese, that's wanting the cheese for comfort. So the physical boundary are the actions that you take that either support or don't support your physical body. Because sometimes you can have a conflict within, hey, I just feel like being a couch potato, and actually I'd feel way better if I got up and went for my walk. Right. So it's really about having that internal boundary and like what element or aspect of you are you going to allow to make the decisions that are going to move you forward. And then the internal energetic boundary. And this one is extremely important for people who are empathetic, who are clairsentient, and who really feel other people's feelings energetically. Right. So that internal boundary is there might be chaos happening out in the world, but with your internal boundary is you're the one that makes the decision of if you let this thing drain you energetically. And or if you're worrying or concerned about someone, that is a very low frequency to direct towards someone that is already experiencing a challenge. So I want you to think about the frequency of worry and uncertainty. And so if I'm worrying for someone, I'm unintentionally directing the frequency of worry, which is a very low frequency, towards someone who's already feeling challenge in their reality. And if they're open energetically to receiving that worry or allowing that worry to touch them and influence them, then I'm not helping. And so simply being mindful of where are you investing and focusing your energy? And we spoke about that a couple weeks ago. So if you might want to revisit that one. All right. So the real focus for this week, what all of these elements mean together is really remaining in inspired action, but being extremely mindful and embodying the integrity of the authentic frequency of your soul in the actions that you're taking, in the thoughts that you're choosing, in the emotions that you're harboring, in the physical choices that you're making for yourself, for your body, in the choices that you're making about how you're directing your energy. Are you building your dream based on what you're trying to create? So let me say that in a different way. So if I'm building a dream of a joyful, prosperous, um, a loving life, and then all the actions that I'm taking are like grinding and stressful and worrisome, well, I'm not going, these actions are not in integrity with what I'm trying to create. So I'm in my actions, I'm tainting the reality I'm trying to create. These aren't the steps, and this isn't the energy that it's going to bring me to this and be an energetic match to this new desire. Right. So let me know how that lands for you in the comments. So now let's dive into this week's healing activations to support you in being more open and more receptive to staying in the proper frequency of self-love, really actualize self-respect, be able to embody and lean into trust and trusting yourself, trusting life, trusting the universe, and also doing a healing on your internal boundaries. So we've got a lot for you today. So I'll invite you to sit back, relax, close your eyes, and take a nice long cleansing breath. And as you breathe, allow yourself to move deeper and deeper and deeper into your heart space. Taking another nice long cleansing breath. And as you exhale this time, you want to allow a slight ha breath. And as you create that slight tension in your throat chakra, you are healing and releasing your vagus nerve. You're calming your central nervous system. You're relaxing your body. Let's do it together. Continuing to focus on your breath. And with each and every breath, you notice your body relaxing, your thoughts slowing, your heart rate moves into a more peaceful rhythm, giving yourself permission to release easily and effortlessly now any heavy thoughts, any heavy emotions, and any and all discomfort or tension in your body. And to support you in actualizing these changes, you can use the frequency of your sacred yes to acknowledge your desire to allow this to take place today. Yes. Allowing yourself to continue to breathe. And as you do, you move deeper and deeper and deeper into your heart space, moving down, 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 deep into your tissues, down, 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 deep, deep, deep into your cells, down, 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 deep, deep, deep into your atoms, down, 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 deep, 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 all the way down into your inner sanctuary, your sacred soul space. This beautiful junction point where all aspects and elements of you come together in harmony, in cooperation, collaboration, and community. Nice long deep breath, and allow the frequencies and the activations that you may require today to support you in really connecting and recognizing the inner sanctuary, the sacred soul space that already lives within you. How that inner sanctuary and that sacred soul space connects you to the all that is, to source energy, to the divine. And as you continue to move deeper and deeper into that space, you recognize your embodiment of the divine energy within you. Taking a nice long deep breath, relaxing and releasing even further now. Now, with your permission, let's allow you to call in certain frequencies and certain activations through this beautiful column of light, moving down through the top of your crown and expanding into your body, and allowing all that you are to integrate these healing activations in the highest and best way for you with the utmost joy and ease possible. Now, let's support you in having the highest distinction between the wisdom, feeling, and embodiment of self love and recognizing the full and complete experience of the wisdom, feeling, and embodiment and the action energy of self respect. And if you'd like clarity on those frequencies and use your sacred yes now to actualize that installation of that healing energy. Noticing as this energy moves through the top of your crown, allowing you to feel more deeply what it means to love yourself and how to actualize that self love through intentional actions based and founded in self respect. Take a nice long deep breath. And as you allow these energetic frequencies to come into your space, focus on your heart chakra. And now let's allow the back of your heart chakra to open up and allow you to receive more love, more support, more understanding, not only from the world outside of you, but also from source itself, the divine, your spirit team, as well as within your inner world. Allowing that beautiful ebb and flow, that energetic exchange to move into a balanced energy. Take a nice long deep breath and affirm your sacred yes to acknowledge and accept this healing activation to bring your heart energy, your heart chakra, your giving and your receiving in a divine balance and a that is appropriate for you at this time. And now, with your permission, as always, let's clarify for you the highest wisdom, feeling, and embodiment of what healthy, loving, and supportive mental, emotional, physical, energetic, and spiritual boundaries are, so that you can unpack, integrate, and embody these and begin to action and move into your life with that strong foundation of internal boundaries. So, using your sacred yes to acknowledge the receiving, the wisdom, the feeling, and the embodiment of all of the elements of internal boundaries, and noticing what it feels like, any shapes, colors, sensations, numbers, words, or frequencies that move in through your crown and expands out into your body. You may even notice different areas of your internal boundaries that need more support than others, perhaps your mental boundaries or your energetic boundaries. Simply notice that integration as it expands out into all that you are. Taking a nice long deep breath here. Releasing and letting go any and all heavy energies that are no longer in alignment with healthy, supportive, and loving internal boundaries. And now to support you in using that foundation and actualizing it in your internal, external experience, take a nice long deep breath and let's allow the wisdom, feeling, and embodiment of mental, emotional, physical, energetic, and spiritual external boundaries to be activated, allowing that unique frequency to flow into. Notice that frequency move in through your crown and expand into all that you are, and allowing these healing frequencies and activations that we've called in today to move beyond your personal energetic field and wash over the entirety of your reality, allowing that transformation to begin to take shape, allowing your interactions and your dynamics with yourself and others to begin to transmute. Taking a nice long deep breath now. Taking a moment to breathe and notice any sensations, colors, shapes, insights, or emotions as you allow yourself to release the old ways of thinking, feeling, and being, allowing yourself the space to expand into a deeper level of self trust, of self love, of self respect, of healthy boundaries. And feel free now to take a nice long deep breath. As you slowly open your eyes, bring this energy with you. As you slowly open your eyes, allow this activation and the energy to move into the space with you. Now, if you found today's healing helpful, please feel free to share this energy forecast with your loved ones. Leave a like and a comment to let me know what resonated with you and how these healing activations supported you. Together, I know that we can and we will raise the collective frequency. Thank you for tuning in and be sure to follow along for more support. See you next time.